Message had this dream Saturday, June 8th. So this morning, there were two, and they were following each other. I think I woke up in the middle. First one was just confirmation about the coup, 21 May. I just revised it last month. That I woke up with rifle shot, went back to bed again on the left, and I heard there's a plot to kill Trump. So on the 22nd, concerning that, on the 22nd May, and I heard it only on the left side, very loudly. So on the 22nd May, Trump on the Rose Garden got out, Pelosi, whatever they had with this fake Jew, I will call him, whatever was his name, the guy that fornicates with Pelosi, and those two sick for my head. And it was a confirmation about the plot. It was about this. When Trump said about infrastructure, I just revised it. I forgot about it, the reason why they met, and he walked out. Good for him. I don't know how they would do it. God didn't told me. The only thing when I woke up, I thought, first you suck somebody in, just like you made somebody wait. And I don't know what it was, man. If it was a hole in the fence, as I saw some sign, or somebody got close to him. Only the left of the government, or left shot to, probably just the left. But it was, at least to not say the least, the beginning of something that would have worked out, probably to plot him. So good for him. He walked out, and you saw Pelosi just freaked out like the devil got caught. And praise be God. And me, why I'm doing all this is because the babies, anti-abortion, and that's the main reason. And turns back people to God, and thank God. And other reason, there's a lot. This is a world war, and it seems like maybe Clinton is repenting, but not Obama. So we'll take it from there. The second one is important. It's up to date. It's about the NASA. So the second one is I'm like a child, almost, if I was now that I'm thinking, but not in the dream, Baron Trump. But I'm like a child. And first, where's my book? I forgot my book. So just went back inside, took my book, nope, and went back out from where I left. And the guy has a NASA hoodie. Well, it's in the news, but it's on through a ball. Hopefully it's not a bullet here, because as I was a child, I look back and I just picture in the magazine that I found on my way this morning to library about a special rocket. Me, in the dream, I didn't even know before I took the magazine that I thought it was a missile, because I looked from the back window of a car, just like a child. Baron Trump kind of had this feeling, like 20%, but I knew I was a child, definitely. And I said, oh, I wish I went there. I wish I could have seen that. And as the car was driving away from it, I heard Dallas, Washington. And I felt this danger plot. And I woke up. And when I woke up, I thought, Dallas, Washington. There's a city in Dallas called Washington? Well, Dallas, John F. Kennedy got assassinated. So I searched all this. Before I even thought about searching, I see the magazine on Smithsonian on June about the moon, and I haven't read it all, just half so far, I guess. And there's a lot of money out there. So I would say Trump, as much as I could care less about the moon than you, and I always like, well, peace on earth before the moon. But it seems like these people are these people can get trouble, can give you trouble. Checked it out. Uh, oriented if you would money somewhere I don't know. See what you can do because oh yeah, by the way, I received this. With all this I get this oh, I forgot about this. Just before the child as a truck, I should restart it. I see Trump coming out of a plane back home, and actually this is what happened. And I heard this quatrain, but I forgot the first part. But I made it myself, and it was really simple because when I woke up, I could grasp it for a second or two, but I let it go, and I remember I concentrated wrongfully on the second part, the last part, which was uh, sit too much at ease over the chessboard. And we know he came back from UK, and however, he will soon get kicked out of the kicked out like a bear out of the forest. So okay, there's a bear Russia, but I would tell him be careful about this NASA thing. Again, I could care less, but uh, with all this money infrastructure, these guys have some power over the years. Look at the John F. Kennedy in '61 when he said that they're gonna be on the moon. I heard that what is it on '69 they changed it to Johnson. That center in Houston, and I search it, and Houston is in Texas. Yeah, Texas, just like Dallas and Washington. And you said in the May took some. You're clean in Washington too. There's a high level of corruption. So in the NASA, with all these billions, that is, they be careful. I would say I would make something a deal with them, but instead of going there for whatever x y z reason for the moon, there's something to be done with them. And the quatrain, I just put it myself, something like I'll put it later. Um, but you gotta see Dallas and Washington together against each other, NASA and Dallas. So be careful about this. Um, and it was following the other dream, the plot, so that can kind of grew up. And yeah, man, we know Johnson was after JFK. They even just like Relic took the Jacqueline, and she was still in blood. What kind of person does that? Anyways, I heard to not talk about this, but do some kind of deal with the NASA, and it's yeah, and be and watch. I'm blessed with Father Son. This one I had, I got a glimpse of a second that the NASA news today, after Trump said it, they invite the other influx instead of the money coming out. They want to keep pouring, so they call business people, and whatever the dust of the moon they were selling or whatever it is cause. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure if I had money I would have asked for some dust. But you know whatever it is in there, and their child like playing, and I had one thing in my life where I used to live in Toronto. His father, he was a kind of an Arabic man. NASA called him and asked his son. He told me the story because he was in first in his class, and he was young, in his teens, early teens. They call him, they ask his father if they will accept to send his son to live there and work for them. And he said no, because you don't have control. They can abuse your children, anything. He didn't told me that, but I knew that's why. And no, and he said no, and he said he was surprised that they hang up without saying nothing. They said, did they just hang up? He repeated. Yeah, well, that I was not surprised. um, so if they're oriented like this, and like you know may make them I would make them a deal or whatever, man. You check about that. Be careful about that, because NASA is like in Dallas and in Washington, and for you, just like it was Dallas for GFK. Watch out. um, I'm surprised about that. And I wrote Zoom son back on trip, decide decides to not stop and see NASA in Dallas, Washington. Uh, Sit too at ease over the chessboard. However, it will soon get kicked out of the forest like a bear. So be careful when he will come out. Play less chess, maybe with your son. I heard Baron is he likes his brain is developing, staying home, maturing his system, and maybe you take time and caught up with him as a good father, play some chess, but you know, but think about what you can draw some lines over there, and because this can be a start of a plot. Okay, it was really eerie to my surprise. Okay.